But now they're starting to ramp up the promotion for this Green Knight.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I thought I would
it added to the long list of films that were hotly anticipated and then delayed.
Yeah, see, I didn't know this was hotly anticipated. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm overstating the anticipation of it, but those of us, if you're into fantasy, A24 has made a lot of great movies, and this is Dev Patel of Slumdog Millionaire fame, right? He's done he's done some other films, right? I was trying to see what else. Just looking on IMDb here real quick. What else did we see him in? Not fairly recently. I know he was in the last Airbender movie they made after Slumdog Millionaire. There's something we saw him in not long ago, but fantastic actor. And from what I read about it early on, the tone and the production of that, I think from what I've read about it and what I understand about it, fans of Zack Snyder films are going to love it.
Yeah, it's the
we talk a lot about Zack Snyder here, but just the tone of it, it is definitely not your typical sort of King Arthur, Excalibur, Knights of the Round Table kind of film. I mean,
but it has all that.
More of a horror. Yeah, I mean, obviously the setting.
Yeah,
that's the world that we're in, but it's got much more of a kind of psychologically tense, thrilling horror kind of vibe, right?
Yeah, let's watch this trailer and talk about it real quick. What do you think?
Okay,
you want to?
All right, go ahead and roll it. Sure. All right then.
All right.
Friends, brothers and sisters, who can regale me and my queen with some myth or tale?
Yeah, it's good.
O greatest of kings, let one of your knights try to land a blow against me.
I like that effect on his voice.
This game.
Yeah.
I will meet thee.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Hence.
Yeah, that's creepy though.
Another year nearly gone already.
I think this is Gawain, right?
Is it not just a game?
Perhaps,
Yes.
but it is not complete.
You'll find no mercy, no happy end.
Why do you stop me?
Your doom is at hand.
You rest your bones. I'll finish your quest for you.
That actor looks familiar too.
Joel, this movie stars Joel Edgerton.
Oh.
Sean Harris, I believe, is King Arthur, the voice that we heard a minute ago. There he is.
Ooh, that thing's freaky.
All of this.
And that was Aaron Kellyman, by the way.
That is why a knight does what he does.
Are you ready?
The sound editing for that is extraordinary.
Right?
Well, this will be the next thing. It's a preview. But yeah, that's that looks epic.
Yeah. Yeah. July 30th.
We've gotten it's funny, we've been fed well with King Arthur stuff that's not actually the King Arthur story per se. I mean, if you think about Aquaman was literally a remaking of the King Arthur legend. His name is literally King Arthur. He's got to go get the magic weapon and then become the king.
Yeah.
Right. Justice League has always been they literally in the comics even have a round table they all sit around, so they've always been the Knights of the Round Table. And then this. And we've had King Arthur stories, and I know probably some of our pool of subscribers or fans of the Guy Ritchie King Arthur. I haven't seen it. It looked a little Guy Ritchie to me. But then again, he did do Sherlock Holmes very well. So, I don't know. Maybe I should give that a shot. Have you watched it?
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about the Robert Downey Jr., Jude Law?
No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that.
Sherlock
I'm
films?
talking about Guy Ritchie's King Arthur.
Oh. I think I missed that one.
So
frankly,
the question I have, well, me too. Well, maybe that should be like, you ever take time to I'm going to give this movie a chance. We did that with Jupiter Ascending, and regretted every bit of that 2.5 hours we lost in our lives. But
did you? Yeah.
That movie was so boring.
Yeah,
it was such a shame. It was pretty, but it was.
There was just enough story that it kept me, kind of strung me along, and I was so unsatisfied.
Yeah, I was like,
at that last episode. So.
Oh no, I'm talking about Jupiter
holes,
Ascending, the
yeah.
Coen brothers. Or
okay,
not the Coen brothers,
Wachowskis.
The Wachowskis, yes.
Wachowskis. Yep. Yeah. I thought
you warned us too. You warned
Jupiter's
my
Legacy.
wife and I. He's like, "Don't watch this. It's not worth your time." We're like, "Well, we'll give it a chance," and we gave it a chance. And
Jupiter Ascending.
Yes.
Yeah.
So back to the.
It was not.
Back to the Green Knight. There's a couple things, and I'm trying to remember. Gawain goes on this lifelong quest, and I know that's a separate story from Le Morte d'Arthur. I don't even think it's Sir Thomas Malory wrote the Green Knight one. But if he's on this quest, you see that one scene of him wearing that weird crown that Arthur was wearing, and I wonder if he's gone during the big battle. If they even have that in their story, the big battle between Arthur and Morgan Le Fay and the Golden Boy and all of that, where Arthur dies and they throw Excalibur back in the lake. And when I do seem to remember that from high school, the Green Knight goes on this quest and he's gone his whole life. It's a life quest. This movie, I feel like it's going to cover a long time. Or maybe not.
Sure.
There's a lot of
I know there's the original source material for this is literally hundreds of years old. It's one of the original few surviving of the Middle English. Like you said, you already mentioned this. Just Wikipedia. That who knows how accurate this is, but according to Wikipedia, who has any reason to lie about these things on Wikipedia, right? Seriously, late 14th century alliterative poem, Sir Gawain of the Green Knight, which survives in only one manuscript, with other poems by the same author, the so-called Pearl Poet, who was a contemporary of Geoffrey Chaucer, right? Who wrote the Canterbury Tales, the Gawain poet, or less commonly known, the Pearl Poet, who wrote Gawain and the Green Knight. Which basically means you probably can't read it in the original.
Yeah, so they can do whatever they want.
Well, it's been translated, obviously, but I'm not going to get too deep into that. I think as a film, I think it's an interesting. So much of what we're seeing these days seems rehashed and just kind of a lot of tropes and reused stories, and it's the kind of thing that we're going to connect this to the MCU here. I was so grateful that when they brought, when they brought Spider-Man back to the MCU, that they didn't do yet another origin story. Right, they just kind of hit the ground running with the character, sort of. But yeah, this is it seems to me like a good. Someone took something off the beaten path, and took a very stylized kind of artistic view with it. Again, that's why I made the comparison to Zack Snyder, because when you look at the trailer, the cinematography, the color, just the tone of the whole thing strikes a very desolate, very dark.
It's more England
kind of bleak setting.
I will say one thing.
So,
Oh no, go ahead.
no, that's
Okay.
it. That's all I got on that.
So here's what I got. Every freaking King Arthur movie since the king of King Arthur movies, the movie Excalibur, which my boy here, Zach, is like his favorite movie. Like instead of in Batman v Superman,
absolutely.
instead of the Waynes going to see Mask of Zorro, they were going to see Excalibur. Or Excalibur was starting the next Wednesday.
right.
It said next Wednesday, Excalibur. He just loves that movie. But the mistake every Arthur movie has made since then is they've taken the magic out of the world. Excalibur was perfect. Merlin was a wizard and did wizard things. Morgan Le Fay was a sorcerer and did sorcerer things. And this gets back to that.
Yeah.
And that is
I
what
agree.
I'm excited about.
Yeah.
I want to see King Arthur. I don't care about a realistic version of King Arthur. It's kind of like Nolan did that with the Batman. He made a realistic, semi-realistic Batman in a Batman world, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm done with that now, though. If they're going to do that again with the Batman, with Pattinson, I'm sure it might be executed well, but it's been done. It's been done to perfection.
Yep.
But in this case,
Yep.
King Arthur never worked in the real world. I don't care about it. I want King Arthur with a magic frickin' sword.
Yep.
Sword and magic helmet. Or whatever. Spear of magic.
Spear of magic helmet.
So, yeah, I'm super excited for that. And I didn't catch the release date because I stopped the video too soon. But it's this year, right?
Yeah, the Green Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, July 30th.
Yes, I will be
Yep.
totally
So-
immune by then. Awesome. I'll be totally immune by the
Yeah.
first week of June.